All right, we are live. Hey, how you going, guys? Jeff Ross here, and I got this awesome guy to the left of me called Dave Miller. You may know him as the Pumped Up Platypus at a pool party. I think that saying's been floating around for a while now, mate. Well, it's
Okay.
Teach Me AI with Dave. We had a bit of a brain fart the other day in one of our team meetings, and we thought, right, how can we add more value? How can we over deliver? See, the key theme for my year when I set, 2025, it was hashtag over deliver. And looking at this whole AI space, I could see something coming down the pipeline. I learnt this from Jonathan Fultz there over the weekend, and it's like, oh yeah, I could see it too because he pointed it out. With the rise of AI, I think we're coming down this pipeline. There's a bit of this whole thing of AI, right? It's open AI. It's the name of the company for starters with ChatGPT. Open AI. Like if you look at you distill that down, what does that mean? Well, it means knowledge is going to be free in a couple of years, I reckon. Well, it already is. But what people, don't realize is how to tap into this knowledge, is how to be empowered, how to grasp it, how to leverage it, how to embrace this amazing tool that we have called AI. Dave would probably agree with me, but I go as far as saying here that AI is by far a bigger technological marvel, even more so than the printing press. I reckon in 1,000 years, from the future here, the printing press won't even be a thought in the process, but what will be a thought in the process is AI and the way that it's going to change the game, the way it already is changing the game. And if you're not embracing AI, I'm sorry to say it, you're going to get left behind in the dust. We've seen technological revolutions over the last couple of 100 years, and we've seen the cycles. We know what happened, but what's happening right now is another beast in itself. See, AI is not going to take jobs away from people. Well, it will, actually. The tractor took jobs away from people. The computer took jobs away from people. Social media took jobs away from people. AI will take jobs away from people. But what it will also do is will help us to go another level in our technological evolution as a human race, and more jobs will be created and more possibilities will be created, more opportunities will be created, and that excites me. But like anything, right, there's always a pendulum swing. We always go too far to the left, too far to the right until we find the middle ground, until we find that sweet spot. And so we're in the pioneering phases of AI. Like, there are so many people, like Dave and I, we get caught up in our echo chamber, right? We feel like it's part of our everyday because it is. I'll freely admit I've got an unhealthy codependent relationship with AI. I can't do what I do now without it. Well, I probably could. But see, what it's done for me is it's helped me to up level in so many other ways in my creativity, in my skill set, in my character, in my storytelling ability, in my communication ability. And that's all thanks to AI. So I thought Dave was, one of his goals this year with the LLD was to step up into that more consulting and coaching role. And I thought, what a brilliant idea, because he knows more about this space than I could probably forget about already. And I just love the way that Dave has embraced this space. And so, like, it's almost the student has now become the master. And when it comes to AI, Dave's my go-to guy. So Dave, man, I'm so honored and privileged and blessed to be able to be partnering with you in this space to serve this amazing community that we're building together. And so Dave, the whole concept of here was teach me AI. So you teach me AI, so our students, our community, here at this amazing community that we can build together can learn from that whole show don't tell approach. And it's like, you're looking over my shoulder or you're a fly on the wall. So I'm going to sit back here. I'm going to be the student. That's probably going to be a hard thing for me to do, I'll freely admit. But I'm going to sit here. I'm going to be a student here. And Dave's going to hop into the driver's seat. And he's going to teach me AI in a style that a 10-year-old could understand it. So I'm
Mm,
very excited about this. The challenge is set. The bar is set high. And if you're watching this, let us know in the comments what would you love to learn when it comes to AI? Because this is not about us. This is servant-hearted leadership in its purest form. We're doing this to serve you. So, what are your big roadblocks? What are your challenges? What are the stumbling things that are stopping you to embrace AI? And if you had the opportunity to learn from a master, which you do right now, what is that one burning question? What is that one burning solution that's stopping you from running forward? We're all about here how to help you take the handbrake off so you can run faster. So, Dave, how are you going to teach me AI today, and what are we going to learn? So, over to you, mate.
Well, thank you for that. That's a bit of a, an awesome introduction there. So I guess today, basically going back to, what we asked, what everybody had wanted to learn about. We did a little bit of a poll last week, and most of us, the winner was AI. So with video in AI. So yeah, there you go. You got AI on my brain now.
AI.
Yeah, I'm a bit codependent on it like you as well, mate. So, so yeah, what I wanted to do, I guess, is just go over a few things about how we can utilize video in our businesses. Yeah, and once we sort of go through that, and I'll do a bit of a thing on that, and it'll actually be better once we actually start doing it. I'll show you a few of the tools. I'm not going to dive too deep into the tools too much because some of them take a fair bit of work to render in that, but we're going to go through it. We're going to have a bit of a look at them, and then we're going to do a Q&A if anybody's got any questions, then burning answers that they need, and then we'll go from there. So I'll just share my screen.
You'll be asking you questions along the way here, so
well, I want you to, yes.
As a
like any good student, right? That's exactly right.
You should be able to see your screen now, mate.
No worries. Let's see if it's, yep, I'm thinking that's the right one. So can you see our big screen up there that's got the logo on it? Yep. Everything's working all right with that. Cool. Well, basically it's, this is our new little thing that we're going to do. I don't know, maybe once a month or so. We'll see how it goes. It might be, less often, more often, but we're going to do this little segment with, Teach AI with Dave. And it's obviously presented by our LLD Academy. So today we're basically going to, have a look at, I guess what you could say, transforming video marketing with AI. But, we basically want to have a look at the types of generative video there is that you can use with AI. There's 3 slides of applications of what you can actually use it in your business. So there's obviously plenty of ways that you can utilize it in your business. Then we're going to, have a bit of a look at some of the categories, probably some advanced prompt engineering strategies, which I'll show you how to make that a lot easier. So I'm talking to the caterpillars that are here as well as the butterflies. So, there's ways around that. You can do it easy. That's obviously why we have ChatGPT. And some of the other tools that may be available. But anyway, that's enough rambling on about what we're going to actually talk about. Let's, I guess, sort of start talking about it. And I guess since, AI has come around, especially over the last probably 6 months, but, even the last 12 months, it's just been incredible opportunity for us to get everything faster to the market. And that's, one of the biggest impacts that AI is having on business. And, whereas once upon a time you could be sitting and trying to come up with ideas for your marketing and all that sort of stuff, or your ideation and that, now you can sort of, type a few things into ChatGPT, have a bit of a conversation with it, and then you can actually, do that ideation one-on-one with ChatGPT. And that's part of it. And then obviously you're moving into images, and you've got, the evolution of images with, what we can do. And some of the images that you can get out of some of the AI tools these days, bloody amazing. You can basically do photo shoots with them, sorry. And, really come up with really, really high quality images in respect to, being able to use them in your marketing. And then obviously the next impact onto that is obviously, the introduction of AI and video, and what it's done, I guess, in a short, is what you used to have to pay, somebody to do, which would be hundreds or thousands of dollars, and what would take, weeks and weeks of preparation and toing and froing, and all the adjustments and things like that. We can do ourselves. A little bit of learning, we can do these things ourselves. I mean, anybody that's sort of aware of AI and in the news and what's sort of been going on is, a lot of the movie makers and that were up in arms about what can do, what some of these video things can do, and it took them a while, but now a lot of them are actually embracing them and using them to help them produce their high quality films and that. So it's basically just another part of the evolution, and what you can sort of save time, and obviously time's money, and get that those videos to market nice and quickly. And yeah, I just think that's just pretty amazing on what sort of what the effects of AI have been. So we've got generative AI activities, which we're using text to image, video to image, video to video, all that sort of stuff, and we can now turn those into videos. Reasonably high quality videos. It's still you have a bit of a learning, and then obviously you've got the editing tools, which I'm not really going to go into today. It's more about the production side of it today. That's probably a whole nother video on editing with AI tools. And then obviously you've got the combined approach and some of the tools you can use for both, but it's like everything. If you want the better result, you get a tool that does this and a tool that does that, and you'll end up with the better result. So, and the other thing is too, throw another one into there, which I did mention before, is, throw any of the LLMs into there, and you don't have to worry about coming up with scripts and things like that, or, lighting, camera size, lighting, video camera, all those sort of things can be put into your prompts by using one of the LLMs to come up with those prompts. So again, saving, lots of time and money. So, yeah, I guess business applications, this is, where I guess some of the fun, some of these things you'll probably have thought of. There may be a couple of things on here that you haven't thought about, which I hope that's the case. And, I guess your product and brand demonstrations, it is so easy to get a picture of something that you've, one of your products, for instance. And these days you can, remove backgrounds, you can do this, you can do that. You can actually then, put it into one of the video tools and actually, make it live. So instead of having just a boring still product there, you can actually, make it move, make it do whatever you want. I think off the top of my head, it might be Pictory or something like that. I mean, some of the things that they've got in there is, you can actually squash your product, you can squeeze it, you can stretch it. I mean, things like that would have taken, weeks and months, and very expensive to get done previously. Now they're just, they're in front of you for, maybe $20 a month or $30 a month, or and the good thing, I guess, with a lot of these video tools, although they're not as good at it as, your image and your chat GPTs, and that is, a lot of them have a free option, so you can go in there and sort of, test it out and have a bit of a run with it. But I guess it's like anything, they're there to make money, and video production costs a lot more, even in AI times, as well as normal, before AI. So they've got to, they've got to pay their bills as well. And the good thing that too is it's really effective at keeping your brand on point. So, just making sure that, all your assets are aligned. It's easy to, create a whole branding suite in a matter of, probably hours, if not minutes these days, as compared to, what it was before, where you'd send somebody, somebody would do a logo, and, somebody would do like an introduction or a business video for your company and things like that. And, and all those sort of things. Whereas now you can pretty much do them with AI video technology yourself. So, I guess the biggest thing that you're probably going to learn in this is the factor of saving time, and that's your biggest commodity as a business person, is saving that time and the speed of being able to get either new products or, new trainings. You can use these things for training videos and all that sort of stuff as well. So all that stuff can be done in-house, a lot less expensive and a lot faster. So, you know, another point that we've got up here, like personalized marketing videos. You know, you don't have to do 20 different videos to send out an email with a video, welcome video or anything on it to people these days. You know, so that you can personalize it. You can actually set it up in AI these days, which is probably another whole video to do on that one too, but more things for us to do later on down the track. But you can actually have it set up so that it will actually, when you do the video, it will actually address Jeff. So I want to send Jeff a, hey, thanks for turning up at this meeting today. You know, I can have that set up in a personalized video in a matter of minutes, as
Wow.
opposed to hours or days or anything like that. And I can send it to Jeff. I can send one
Well,
email out with different videos that will say to go to Jeff and Jade and Mark and Fred and Peter and
Dave,
Paul.
I want to really put you up there. Like, man, now you piqued my interest. This has been a huge bottleneck for me, right? Is follow up, and
Yes.
I've been reluctant to really leverage AI as a follow up tool in this space because I know people are seeing AI blindness now. But here's the thing, right? I'm predicting the future of AI is when we combine AI and personalization. And the fact that what you just did there about creating little AI personalized video messages, now we're playing the game. That's exciting. So I'm looking forward to you getting into that.
Yes, that's, as I said, a whole another technical video to be done.
Mm.
Another masterclass, that one. But
We'll have to
just
park
sort
that
of,
one.
yep, that'll be definitely, it's a good one. So, like once upon a time we weren't, the LLMs now, you can do personalized messages in your emails. I mean, now you've been able to do that for a while, but
Mm.
with partial automation for the LLMs to send out emails personally, you can do that. But now it's even getting better that you can actually do it. With the videos attached to the bottom of it, where they click on the video and it says, "Hey Jeff, thanks for joining that meeting. I hope you enjoyed it. This is, some feedback from it or whatever."
Mm.
And, only has to be short, 20-second, 30-second video. And, it's just incredible as to what some of these tools can do these
Well,
days. And,
for those who are watching live with us, like put your hand up or let us know in the comments. I should put your hand up. I'm speaking to a room. Put let us know in the comments if that's piqued your curiosity, just like it has for me, and for our next Teach Me AI with Dave, probably next month, that you'd like us to go into that space. Teach you how to leverage AI from a personal messaging tool. Because here's the thing with video is videos no longer really a production. It's no longer really a performance piece. What video really is, it's a conversational piece. It's how do we continue the conversation or how do we start a conversation with people? And when we can use video in that space, then game on. And now you combine AI to help you to support with that. So you can then maybe use faceless video or avatar video and help you to get over your own fear around performance anxiety. Now we're on to something here, Dave.
exactly
I
right.
think that's got to be our next month. But continue on here and let's set the basis up for our caterpillars. So, like I'm getting
Yep.
excited as a butterfly.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I'd love to. I'd love to
I'll
look,
back to you, mate.
dive deeper into that one. So yeah, and I guess the other thing is how fast it is, these days to analyze and optimize your video content as well, just with the AI side of things. You know, you can actually, it just makes things so much easier to, keep track of the analytics, which people don't like, but that's one of those things you've got to do. Um, now you can end up getting, if you get the feedback, you can get AI to decipher all that feedback for you. It can tell you what you need to do. So, maybe your videos are too long, so you can shorten them. Maybe they're not long enough, so, or maybe you're doing them just for YouTube and you're doing them all in landscape, or, then you may be, advised to look at, turning the camera around when you're doing it and start putting reels out and stuff like that. So, I mean, everybody knows nowadays how important video is in marketing. And,
Mm.
so this can be obviously utilized for that sort of stuff. And that's the sort of stuff that's going to stop the scroll, so to speak, is what everybody's trying to do. So, put that, magnificent hook up there and get those videos out there. And there's no excuses these days, really. Like, you don't have to sit in there in front of it yourself. You can do it on your phone. You can, You don't have to edit things too much. Even your phone gives you decent sort of thing. But if you do need to, you can just grab a tool and put it in there, and you remove the background, put some B-roll in there, and you've got different stuff going on in the background while you're there talking. So like I used to do when I first started, I'd be taking videos and I'd be in the garage, and all people could see in the background was bits of crap that I had stuck up in the garage. Well, there's no excuses for that sort of stuff anymore. It takes a matter of minutes for you to change that with AI, and
Well, I saw
no
an AI
excuse.
video tool the other day. So, like those people who are hopeless at looking at the camera, like they're looking at this, right, and all that sort of stuff. Well, they're talking to a script and they're looking down like this. There's an AI video tool out there now. You can go talk to the script, go record the video, but there's an AI tool that'll actually adjust your eyes and your posture and all that sort of
Exactly.
thing. And so it's a game changer for sure.
It is. It's absolutely crazy what can be done. It is, and
Mm.
we're only, we've been waiting for a while for certain things to come out, which probably took a little bit longer. But even though things like Sora that have now come out and what they can do and the quality they can do is really, really good. Imagine what that's going to be like in 12 months' time when you can actually type in a few words and come up with a video that goes for, instead of 5 seconds or 10 seconds, it's going to go for 10 minutes or
Well,
15.
I just want to pull up here. I just want to take the screen share off and we'll come back to this because I think this is a really important point here. Yeah, I know something that we've been discussing for months now is taking like our cartoon avatars here and turning them into videos and so the technology's not quite there. It's close. Like there are tools out there. I know that we're so close to mastering that, but I'm just saying like that conversation only happened like 4 months ago, and look at how far it's come in 4 months. Like this is the AI video is definitely a space to really watch with this technology evolving. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited to dive into this, Dave. So back over to you, mate.
No worries, mate. I'll just go back to sharing, and hopefully you can. Oh, I didn't double click on it. How rude.
There
You
you
should be
go.
able to see it again now. There we go. Yeah. Well, I guess continuing on just briefly from what you were saying, like um, how advanced that sort of stuff is, and now the 2025 thing for AI is really going to be AGI and bots.
Mm.
Uh, so, oh, basically,
For,
agents.
for our caterpillars, just explain what is AGI?
Good question. That's just a way of yeah, you put me on the spot there. Um, I guess it's just basically the AI is, I guess, how it's learning to be more human, to put it into Caterpillar language, I guess.
Yep.
How can
And what does AGI stand for?
that I can't remember off the top of my head. Sorry, mate. You
That's
got
right.
me on that
I'll
one.
go. I'll go do my research quickly.
You got me on that one off the top of my head. But
Oh, good. Pay
with the
attention.
agent
Fix my
anyway.
note. So AGI, artificial general intelligence, the
Well,
hypothetical
there you go.
intelligence of a machine that possesses the ability to understand or learn any intellectual task that a human being can. So just on that, just quickly, and this is a
Yeah,
whole separate topic. We'll need to come back to this. But the likes of now with ChatGPT and the task and the operations space and whatnot, that's AGI, right? That's the start of
with
AGI.
operator. Yeah,
Mm.
it's heading towards the start of the AGI, I guess. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, and that's a crazy sort of progression on its own, and I've seen what it can do in such a short time, and it's getting to the point where there's going to be no excuses for any of this sort of stuff, because you're actually going to get to the point where you can tell an agent what you want to do. I need 6 videos created about this, for this and for that and for something else, and whether you give them a script or not,
And that,
yeah,
and
they'll
that
be
just
able
comes
to go.
back to my point in saying that, what Jonathan Fultz was talking about with, AI bringing in this whole, knowledge is going to be free.
Yes,
Today we have to pay for knowledge, and with university levels and all that, we have to pay for knowledge. But I really see things like university, unless you're learning to be a lawyer or a doctor or a rocket scientist or something like that, where you need to get into the experiment stage and be practical and all that sort of thing. Knowledge like this will be free. It already is because people don't know about it. But what they don't know about is how to be empowered, embraced, and leverage AI. And that's what these whole Teach Me AI things are about, Dave, aren't they?
exactly right. So, you know,
Anyway, let's get back into
and
video.
let's get back. Yes, let's get back to video. So yes, that's all right.
ADHD tangent and squirrel coming off on it.
It's all good, squirrel. And I guess yeah, it's just getting to the point where there's really no excuses for you not to be doing video. I guess that's it in a
Yeah.
nutshell. And
Yeah.
it's going to get easier as you go. And like you were mentioning before, you can either do them in front of the camera yourself, you can clone yourself, you can do talking head videos, you can
Yeah.
all sorts of things.
So,
And
just some comments here on this. So, like Amanda says, I think Sora is going to be a game changer. They've dropped in videos since she has dropped in videos since the start of using Sora.
yeah,
Like
well,
this
that's
is the
right.
thing, right? It's evolving before our very, very eyes. And those of us who have got the finger on the pulse on this conversation are going to be part of the pioneering force to help others be educated and empowered to be able to leverage these tools. So
Yeah.
very, very exciting. Who else is excited watching this live now? Like this is just a general conversation for us between, a couple of experts having a bit of a riff back and forth, but with the spirit of helping to embrace AI, to helping you to learn how to use AI. So I'm really looking forward to Dave getting into the practical component of this. So, but who else is excited? Love to know. Put the comments in below.
Cool, cool. All right. Well, as I was saying, I guess, anybody that's had a little bit to do, with video and is, and these are really good for generating B-roll. And I guess to give the caterpillars a bit of an understanding of, A-roll and B-roll, your A-roll, for instance, if you say you're just doing a talking head video, or actually you and I presenting on this video, that's basically your A-roll. And if you want to go and create B-roll, that's basically the stuff that you've got going on in the background
The
and what
blooper
you
reel. The blooper reel.
yeah, basically, yeah, well, almost. Well, I can make a funny video, that's for sure. But I guess the importance where this becomes very important is that most people, really only pay attention for 3 seconds. And if you're not changing things every 3 seconds, maybe five, depending on what you're doing, if you're doing a training or presentation, it's probably a little bit longer, but most of your videos, you need that background to be changing. So, instead of, again, paying somebody hundreds of dollars to create a, nonsense piece of video for you, you can, get in and do it in a matter of, probably 10, 15 seconds and produce B-roll, which then, you can take, that there and your video production of yourself, so your A-roll, and then you can take them and put them into something like CapCut or, Adobe or whatever you're familiar with, and put them together, and then you've got your whole your video components joined together, and away you go. Again, social media highlight reels, that's another popular use. So you can take any of your videos that you've done, longer form videos, and you've got programs like Opus, and there's other ones around these days as well that you can actually cut them down to clips and things like that, in a matter of minutes as well. And you can go and repurpose that and that as well. So customer testimonials, here's another perfect example that they can be used for. So getting getting the fear out of people, doing testimonials for you and stuff like that. And, again, I guess like you were saying a minute ago, Jeff, basically, they might want to read a script or something, and, you can tell them that you can give them the script to read now. If they're that uncomfortable, they can read the script, and you can get the video, you can put it into your little AI program, you can fix their head up so it looks like they're not reading a script, and away you go. Then you can put B-roll in behind it. You can do whatever you want. You've got a magnificent little testimonial that you can use as well. So that's just a few more of the uses. Explain your videos. That's another one, which is great. Especially when it comes to training and stuff like that for some of these larger organizations and things, or even people that are selling products online. A lot of our network marketers and affiliate marketers, if you want to, promote your product and be ahead of everyone else and take that advantage, well, some of these explainer videos are ideal. I mean, you've got all these little things you can do doodles with and all that sort of stuff these days, and your little cartoon stuff, and you can, basically, create videos that make you stand out in the crowd, because we all know how busy it is there online, and you really need to create stuff that's going to make you stand out. So sometimes those blooper reels in the background are just exactly what you need, Jeff. So that was a good point.
Viral content.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, obviously you got market analysis, leveraging AI, to analyze competitors' video strategies, all that sort of stuff. There's another program I've seen now that you can upload the video straight to it, and it'll just give you an overview of it pretty much straight away. I mean, there's AI in general. There's a lot of even ChatGPT and Claude, and that. I mean, you can take the transcripts from videos off YouTube and that sort of stuff that your competitors, they're freely available. You can put them into one of the LLMs and you can, analyze, what they're doing, and you can then use that information to, create better videos for yourself that, on point. So it just makes everything so much easier and faster, I guess, when you get a chance to start to get into it, I suppose.
Yes.
And then, localization, you can do, marketers can adapt messages for specific areas, specific locations, diverse, different cultures. I mean, you can, once upon a time, you could not, well, you could, but you'd have a lot of trouble selling stuff in a different country. Now you can do clones of yourself or anything else, and you can actually, I'm pretty sure HeyGen and a few 11 Labs and a few of these other things can translate your voice into whatever country your nationality you want to speak. So if you want to start, if you do a launch release in Africa or Portugal or somewhere where you're Spain, wherever you don't speak the language, and the point is that I've seen a few examples of these days, and people that actually do speak the language are actually now starting to comment on how good they are. So, there's no restricting yourself to being stuck in your own little bubble anymore. I know we.
So you're telling me we could take this video right now and then upload it to AI and transcribe it and get it done in AI in a totally different language?
Yeah, you and I could be lipped synced and speaking a completely
You
different.
tell me we can take our Untitled Academy and we can go get the Spanish market, the Japanese market, the Chinese market.
We certainly can, and you'll be speaking fluent. You'll be speaking fluent.
All right, game on, let's go.
So the restrictions are being lifted. There's no reason why you cannot do these things anymore. I mean,
Well,
and
you're just giving yourself another job, mate.
I know. I always like to keep myself busy. I mean, and I forget. I think it might be. I'm not sure. I think it might be Otter AI. That's
Yeah.
another perfect example too. Like, as in, okay, it's not quite video, but if you're doing a presentation like this and you want to take it around the world, people can put that on the side, and it'll actually translate straight into their language. And I think they can actually even listen to it in their language as well.
This just proves the point that we're becoming more and more and more a global community.
Oh, we are.
We're becoming like we're starting to get away from the localization of things, and we're starting to be more global. Love it. Let's go.
Exactly. There'll be no holding us back. We'll be the multi-international company soon, speaking in 23 different languages. The LLD Academy.
Here's the thing on that, right? And this is the lesson that I want everybody else to take too. AI, when you embrace it, is leverage. It is leverage, and it's speed to the game, and it's power. And with great power comes great responsibility, but with great responsibility comes great power too. And so, like, I'm even starting to think here as a coach and a mentor in this social selling and AI space on how we can go play a bigger, better game. And I didn't even realize that there's a whole market out there that I sort of just dismissed because of the language barrier that can now just be melted away because of AI.
Exactly.
You guys seen the power?
No stopping you now.
Let's go, mate. Let's keep going. This is you got me pumped up. That's
no problem.
Pumped up as a pool party.
Yeah, platypus at a pool party. No worries. Okay, well, we'll do some. What I got? 7 types of video categories. That's more than I thought there was too. But anyway, you got text to video tools, which it's like anything. It's just like our chat GPTs or LLMs, that sort of thing. So basically, you're typing a script in there and you're feeding it into the machine, and it's popping out a video for you. And yeah, I'll keep it that base. I'll keep it as that basic for the moment, so that we're not going to confuse people. So avatar generation, like Synthesia, is one of them. HeyGen's another one. DID. I know a couple of others that have got, I guess, private sort of ones where they even, where they're doing the clone. So when it comes to avatar generation, I mean, there's so many things that you can do. Excuse me. I mean, you can just take a photo of yourself and it'll make you talk, so to speak. So, and in that, with the technology in AI, with the audio these days, you can use your own voice or you can use somebody else's, depending on, what you want to do. But that was the first start of it. Now, we're all actually starting to talk more about clones and stuff like that. And with the clones, they're actually picking up your movements. And the thing is, once upon a time, you used to have to give them 20 minutes or 30 minutes of video footage of yourself. Now, in 5 minutes, and they can pick up your movement and everything else. And as the technology is going on, like there's a company that I know of, which I won't mention just yet, but they're actually using multiple options. Like they're using Synthesia, they're using HeyGen, they're using a bit of DID, they're using 11 Labs and that. And they're taking bits of technology from them to create their own cloning service, which has now obviously allowed them to, get all this movement and capture all this movement. And it's just, pretty amazing on what you can do. And I think it's not going to be too much longer. I mean, some people, it's hard to tell now, but I think it's not going to be too much longer. And you're not going to know whether you're talking to a clone or not. Before we had all I guess the sound, it always sounded like it. They never moved, and their lips were just moving and all that sort of stuff. Well, now they're just, I think, what's her name? Was it Julia McCloy? She's got a whole a video YouTube channel with her clone doing it, and it's just pretty crazy the way that this technology has advanced, and taken that fear away from people having to do their own, be in front of the camera all the time. If you can spend 5 or 10 minutes in front of the camera once, then you can just use that forever.
Yeah.
It's always my recommendation. You do something sitting down, you do something standing up, so you can then use it in different sort of situations. Situation purpose for that specific situation. But it's just amazing how much the technology has advanced. What we can actually do these days is amazing, and it just keeps blowing me out. And probably by the time I finish doing this, there'll be another 100 things that we can do that we didn't know about at the start of this video, or this live session. So there you go. Again, video analysis is always coming up. You have basically some of these technologies where you can actually do the assessment.
I've got insights on this Facebook Live right now here on Facebook.
There you go. There's another way of doing it. But if we didn't have that information, you can add tools to the situation that'll actually gather them live as you go. So if I was doing on my own, I didn't know if you sitting there being able to tell me, then you'd be able to do that. I'd be able to do that myself. It's just getting pretty crazy. Now we're going to sort of get into the advanced prompt engineering strategies, which tends to scare everybody. But it's not really that scary. Hold on, just need a drink of water. Sorry,
just quickly on that. Like, it scares everybody away because people are overwhelmed by this. There's just the speed of tech, and that's what it is, right? As we know, procrastination comes from overwhelm. Overwhelm comes from confusion, and confusion comes from lack of clarity. So, like, that was the intent, the tense purpose of these Teach Me AI classes with Dave, and what we do with our free master classes. It's all about giving you clarity to help you get unstuck and move forward. Exactly. So when you understand that we go into this flight or flight response when we're overwhelmed, then that's why we shut down and we go, oh, look, that's just too hard for me. But when you come into it with an open mind and an open heart, and you just lean into it with I'm here to embrace it and leverage it, then prompt engineering, yes, it's a technical word, but like it's just the framework of how you speak to AI. And it's just another communication tool, right?
Exactly. And the good thing about that these days is that, now that they've got the voice to chatty with, you can just basically tell him what you want. You can make it up for yourself.
So it's not a big, scary, techie thing at all. Like, I understand that it has been perceived that way since the space of the rise of AI has started to evolve. But really, like it's just the way that we have to communicate with AI. It's like how I would have to communicate a love language to my wife. I have to communicate in a certain way to speak to Sarah, to be able to connect with Sarah, because I know that she loves words of affirmation, whereas my son Lachlan, he loves cuddles, he loves touch. So it's another language in itself, right? But it's really not that complex.
No, I mean, it
It
can
can
be,
be, it can
and
be.
you can make it that way,
Yeah,
and it will give you, exceptional results.
yeah.
But again, it's
I'm
I
talking
guess
about
with
that in
the
that beginner
improvements,
level of just getting started.
yeah,
It's
and I
not the
think the
big monster that everybody puts it out to be.
correct, because these days with the improvements in the technology and the LLMs, and like you said, they got the voice prompt and all that sort of stuff now as well. So
Mm.
basically we're slowly moving away from that for, I guess, general use, and things are becoming much easier for anybody that wants to use them to make it more user friendly experience. I guess if you can basically talk to it, have a conversation with it, it'll basically tell if it hasn't got the information that it wants, it can ask you for that. You can give it, you can relay, you can end up with your own engineered prompt without actually engineering the prompt.
Yeah.
I guess. So yeah, but when it comes to video, I guess you got to think about things. Well, you used to have to think about things. You don't probably have to think about them so much anymore because a lot of technology is built in. But it's like imagery. You got to think about lighting and cameras and all that sort of stuff. And well, it's the same with videos. I guess you got to start thinking like a director. Um, which, well, I guess if you really wanted to know how to do that, you could ask ChatGPT too. So it would probably give you a perspective on that. But I guess you got to consider the subjects, the narrative, again, the cameras that you want to do, the camera angles, all that sort of stuff. The details, the motion, the activity, what's going on in the scene, all those sort of things. And then I guess you've got once you've got all that sorted out and you've filmed it, then you've got the production side of it, which goes into I guess yes, some of your editing and stuff like that. But to get the best results, it's like everything. I guess the more you put into it, so the more detail that you can put into it, the better outcome you're going to get. This is the same with the images, and why some people still like to use Mid Journey as opposed to DALL-E and stuff like that. But because they I guess. I don't know. I know they used to have a word for audio files or whatever they are. People that love the audio, but it's the same with these sort of things. But you'll actually find now. I'll try and show you when we get to that section. A lot of these programs have actually got guides and stuff like that built into them, or accompanying them. So they'll actually tell you that sort of stuff, and you can then try them out and put different lighting perspectives and all this sort of stuff. And but my favorite thing is and it always and it's getting more and more popular with me in what I do is I guess chaining your AI tools together. And
Well, it's what I call stacking, right?
yeah, stacking them
Yeah.
together. Yep.
It's another
So
term for them. So
there's
you're
nothing
using multiple tools together.
correct. So there's nothing better than getting on ChatGPT and either talking to it or typing in there what you want to do and explaining it and blah blah blah
Yeah. Well, for example, right?
creating a prompt.
Yeah, for example, with my podcast, like I use ChatGPT to start with the interview questions and start to do the research on the guest. And then I take that information and I then take it through another tool to be able to help me to finesse, actually one of Dave's custom GPT tools to be able to help finesse it and polish it up with my brand and it's already got that there. And then so we go and record the episode, and then the episode's been recorded by a podcasting tool, AI tool called Riverside. And so it's recording the whole thing in the video and doing the audio AI and all of that in the background. And then we can edit that tool. And so like right away we've got base chat GPT, a custom GPT, we've got Riverside, we've got Canva, and we've got Simplecast as a publishing tool. So that there to publish the episode on a podcast, that's AI stacking in just one way of many ways of doing it, right?
Exactly, and that's exactly how this presentation was produced this morning.
There you go.
Well, last night, I should say. So
Yeah, so you've used your custom GPTs to bring the content and the research,
exactly, and then Canva,
Canva to pull it all together.
Yeah,
It's just multiple tools to be able to achieve the one objective.
exactly right. So, and that's the simplicity and the benefits of, how that technology's improved these days, and how much easier it is for everybody to access it. There's not
Well,
all these big scary things anymore. Everybody can do it. Anybody can
yeah.
do it.
So let's just I'm just going to take the screen share for a second.
Okay.
Let's just talk about the whole podcasting journey for a second, because this is video marketing, podcasting. Essentially, it's the same mechanics. It's just a different medium, video versus audio, right? Well, podcasting now is overlapping into video too. But like, I've been on this journey since 2010, and I tried to start a podcast back in 2013, and I got going into it. And by the time I had to learn how to do audio and video editing, and how to even do, the interview style questioning and the research and all of that sort of thing, like, to produce one episode would have taken me at least a week of work. And so the overwhelm of that's what scared me from launching a podcast, back then. When you start getting into Audacity, and you start getting into, all of the hosting tools and that sort of thing, you needed to almost do a university degree on just the mechanics on how to publish a podcast. And then it's a bit like website development as well. But if you fast forward to today, like, with all of the tools that I just mentioned, I can go do the research, record an episode, and get my 13-year-old son to come along and edit it and publish it. And it takes a matter of maximum 2.5 to 3 hours per episode from woe to go. Like, talk about
Amazing.
speed to gains, speed to the marketplace.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
anyway, sorry to interject, but back to you, mate. I just thought that was a really highlighted point there. And that's the power of video marketing as well, too, right?
Yeah. No, that's right. I'll change up the pace here now. So we're going to, when I share my screen, we'll jump back on to actually doing some practical. Well, I'll have a bit of a look at a couple of these applications. My favorite ones, I guess.
Look, I know that we're probably going to go over time here, guys. Like, this is our first of many, so we're learning to pivot and adjust. But I feel like this has just been a value wisdom bomb in itself, and you just see Dave knows his shit, and he's bringing that to the surface here, and he's over delivering for sure. So hey, if you've got to go, if you can't stick with us out for the whole live, totally understand. Great thing about Facebook Live is that it's recorded and it'll be there for you to come back to. We'll make that so simple for you to find. But hey, if you've got time and you're liking
Hang
this,
around.
hang around. Let's learn more with Teach Me AI with Dave.
Yeah, we're getting to the simple and the more fun parts now, anyway. So it's all good. We'll have a bit of a look. Like I said, I won't drag this on. I've only got probably 4 or 5 tools that I really like to use in this space anyway at the moment. So it's not going to take too long to get through them a little bit. So
Let's do it.
yeah, let's do it. So what do we got here? We've got Luma Dream Machine. This is, I guess before Sora came out, everybody was sort of giving oh, how Sora-like is it? How Sora likes that? How Sora likes this, and so forth and so on. I guess Luma Dream Machine and I guess Runway ML, they were probably, or have been for leading the way for a long time. I haven't got Kling up here, which is a Chinese one, which is another very good one that's I guess pretty much holds its ground with these guys as well. So basically these will do text to video, image to video, and I think they even do video to video. I'm only on the free version, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to get here at the moment, but we can I don't know, we can just hit one of these buttons and see what happens. I swear, there we go. Of course, the thing I love about Zoom is there is always stuff in your road. To do stuff. Okay, hit it. There we go. All right. So that's basically create as you can see, it's simple as that. Create a mechanical robot dog, and let's see what it gives us, I guess. But you can take, you can go to ChatGPT and describe what you want to describe. And, the only thing that I've learned while this is sort of creating what it's creating is the best thing to do with ChatGPT is get it to write a script initially, and then basically you can make sure it takes the only gives you the narrator notes for sort of what you want. Otherwise, basically, when it, I don't know, I guess it's just the way it's been trained. It'll give you all the setting details and all that sort of stuff. But when you want to actually use these type of tools, you don't need all that stuff in there. So you just need to get it to rewrite it if you're happy with it, and tell it to take to give you only the narrative. So, well, I don't know what they're going to do, but okay. Now we get the fun part.
Even with that very simple prompt, that's pretty cool.
Yes, exactly. And then we're going to pick those two, and then we're just going to go transforming.
So just to clarify, what was this tool again?
This is Luma.
Luma. So Luma, is it? Luma.
Yeah. Transforming while walking.
So here you go, guys. I didn't even know about Luma AI. I knew about Sora. I knew about InVideo. I knew about a few of them. But this is the stuff like Dave's got his finger on the pulse. I didn't even know about Luma AI.
So, yeah, I would have liked
cool.
Just the good thing that's while we're waiting for this as well. And basically, all I did there was took two of those pictures and just gave it a prompt to get it to transform while it's walking. So we'll see what it produces. But if you spend a bit of time on them and do something more useful, then obviously I haven't actually used Luma very much myself. I've been more of a little bit in the Runway, a little bit.
Well, I'll ask a question. I'm assuming it's ChatGPT. The more specific you can be with your instructions, the more detailed you can be with the information, the better result you'll get, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. But even just with that, this is what I love about AI, though. When I first jumped onto it early 2023, the simple instructions got me pretty simple results. But like the evolution of this now, like, being immersed in this for 2 years, the simple instruction now, like I would say the results compared to what I got in that first experience is 100 times better.
Oh, they're crazy. It's just amazing. Like, look at that. I was just
because that's AI, right? That's machine learning. The more people that use AI, the more it starts to learn how to get better. That's artificial intelligence in itself. It's always evolving. It's always learning. It's always growing.
Yeah. I actually did see down here they got another more advanced Ray 2, more advanced option video model too, but I'm not gonna I'm just gonna go through these reasonably quickly because we've already been on here for a fair bit of time. But just for those two images, a little bit of a simple. I mean, look at the quality of that. Not worry about what it's doing really, but yeah, look at how the quality of that. There's not not a lot of artifacts or anything when it's transforming. They're minimal. It's one going each way, I suppose. So yeah, that's pretty awesome if you ask me. For a couple of seconds work. So they probably, it's only 5 seconds. I believe you can probably extend them. You can download it. You can do all sorts of things with them. You could use something like that as bit of funny B-roll. Download both of them, join them together, have one go one way, one go on the other way. So pretty awesome sort of stuff, I think. And just with the increases in technology, how easy it is to sort of to get into this sort of stuff. So here's one of the.
So Dave, just a question on that quickly. So that was Luma AI, but the domain there is so it's Luma LUMA
Dream Machine. Yeah, it's lumalabs.ai.
AI/Dream Machine, right?
Yeah. Well, so actually, if we go back to here, where
that's right. I've just put the link in the chat there for everybody. I've got it.
So probably that one there. I can copy that and put it in there if you want.
That's all right. I've already got it, man. I've already taken it.
Good work. You make a good student and a good assistant. Jesus.
There you go. See.
There you go. So that's that one, and getting that play, it'll give you a bit of free stuff you can do. So the only way to really get better at these is just playing with them, really, and having that idea of what you actually want to produce. And there's that's what gives you that. But I mean, look at some of these these frames where you can. I believe this is their most advanced model. I'm only on the free one on this one at the moment as well. And
that's the other thing I love about this AI space. There are so many free tools out there that still give you like some really good quality stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like where you start paying for is what you start paying for essentially is volume, right? Like the more you use it, the more you need it, the more you get to start paying for it. But you can still achieve what you need to do on a base level there if it's just once or twice a day on the free accounts.
Exactly right, and that's the beauty of it. As you can see, if you can see this bit on my screen, where I was playing with my platypus the other week there,
Yeah, I
but
saw that. And you walking along the beach. That was pretty cool.
yeah, it wasn't too bad. But like Runway, like the tools here, this is an amazing suite of tools there. You've got
So what's this tool?
this one's Runway ML.
Runway ML.
Yeah. Generative audio, video, lip sync, so you can take a different video or a different image as well. We'll get an image and get it to lip sync to the audio. So I can put an image up there, and if I put an audio piece in there, I believe, then it will actually lip sync the video to the audio that I've uploaded. So obviously pretty common. And then text to image, which is just the legacy thing there. So with this too, you can actually just grab an image. But this one, I kind of wanted to probably show you just briefly. I guess as to sort of what I was talking about, like with the guide. So if you're not sure on how to do prompting and that sort of stuff for these things, I mean, this one comes with a guide. You can have a look through here. So it tells you, a man hacking into the mainframe. The better option would be a man vigorously typing on a keyboard, whatever. But it just gives you so many options. Yeah, on the type of things that you can do, and it comes even if you're worried about camera angles and stuff like that. I mean, if you're lazy like me, you'll just go to ChatGPT and get it to tell you what you need, the script, and get it to use it. But but this gives you an idea. But the great thing is it actually shows you what they're actually doing. So.
And this proves my point that the knowledge is free. Like you just got to know where to look for it, right? Like
yes,
this thing is right now as a free resource to teach you how to prompt on how to prompt for videos because so you can use their tool, and that's their customer service angle there to help you to be able to serve you.
Correct, and here's some custom examples. Let's see what they are. So a human subject, blah 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 blah. Describe their action. Okay, so if you want to do that.
Do you want to explain what blah 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 means?
Yeah, no, I was just doing a bit of a quick read there. So that's just to see what they come up with. So they're basically giving you fill in the prompt, fill in the
blanks.
Yeah, in the missing bits for the
prompts. We like filling the blanks, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So human subject detailed description of their appearance. So walking through a blurry crowd, describe their action. So they throwing their hat off in the air or whatever that they want to do. So there's just so much. I guess look at that, all that's there is which you can okay. Well, it lied to me. This one's I must have got too excited with the Pumped Up Platypus because it's told me I'm actually out of credits, but that's okay. What to do. But it's just I think the thing here too with this, what you can actually do is you can create a video from an image, and then you can actually use that video to create more video to train it on the style of
Once
video.
Again, you're talking about stacking, right? So you're using, say, something like DALL-E or Flux or something like that to create the image for you, and then you take that image over to a video tool. Like I remember the first video tool that I came to with this whole thing. What was that called? That was Leonardo AI. Yeah. Remember old Leonardo? We don't really play around with that anymore.
No, it's a shame because actually, I was actually having a look at that with images, and it's another one of the good products that actually gives you prompts as an actual prompter for it. So if you get stuck on how to prompt, actually Leonardo is actually pretty good. It probably doesn't get the recognition that it should, to be honest.
What I also want to just slow up here for a second too, because I can understand that this conversation can feel very, very overwhelming. There are 1,000,001 tools out in this AI space, and there are 1,000,001 tools coming down the pipeline. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's okay. The idea here is to show you what is possible, and it's to help you to learn where you can be at this space. But like learning anything, learning's messy, learning's chaos, learning's, sometimes you got to embrace the suck. As they say, brace failure. Dave, this is the epitome of someone who's braced the suck and just gone in and pivoted and adjusted every day to be bigger and better. And Dave's the epitome of that. And, I saw Jonathan Mars say the other day, and I'll echo the thoughts. You only really need to learn how to master probably 2 to 3 tools in the AI space. Master a really good text tool. ChatGPT is my favorite. Master one really good image tool. There are multiple tools out there. We can give you at least three recommendations: Dali, Bing, or Flux. So
Yeah,
master one, and then master one really good video tool. That'll be enough to get you out of the gate and get you going in your content creation to up level, to help you to have better presentation, to have better preparation, and to have better communication. That's the goal, right? So we're just, like showing you what's possible here, but then you got to bring this back to meet you where you're at. And
correct.
so we do have something called the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy, which we'll talk a little bit about towards the end of this presentation. I'll let Dave wrap up his AI video presentation here, but
Yeah,
I just want to let you know
not much more.
we've got something for everybody here to meet you where you're at on your journey.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to you, mate.
And no, that's okay. Yeah. And you're right. That's the thing. There are so many tools out there, and I could actually spend the time and do this long of a presentation on this tool.
Just on this one tool. That's right.
That's just one of them.
We will do that down the road.
Exactly. But
This is our first
none of you,
mini, and we just wanted to give you a big overview on video.
yeah. And then we can find out, what people like, they didn't like, and then we can pivot and adjust from there. And if they want more details on certain things, they're more than happy to do it.
So
So,
Dave can pivot and adjust and pick up for where he left off. I'll ask a question here to our audience. What are you liking best about this conversation, and how can we serve you? I'm going to continue to ask that throughout these videos, because this is really about you, helping us help you meet you where you're at. So, what do you need from us? Because as you can see, we've got a wealth of experience and wealth of knowledge here, and we can get into very high level stuff, or we can get right into the minutiae and the detail. But we need to know, how can we best serve you? So let us know in the comments. Back to
yeah.
you, mate.
No, that's all right. And this is the one that everybody loves to waited and waited and waited and waited and waited for, which is Sora. So these were just done off a couple of simple prompts that I did. But I mean, I think if I go back to here, yeah, I mean, here's the videos that they've got on their homepage sort of thing. I mean, look at the quality of this. It's just crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, it is, for somebody just to, type a bit of text in there and that's what you get.
Well, and here's another thing for the audience too, right? We want to serve you, but we also want you to challenge us.
Correct.
So come to us with big challenges. So like this challenge that I've always been throwing to Dave, and it's one that it's a big one, and the technology hasn't been to meet it yet. But you see my logo behind me, the Caffeinated Kangaroo and the Pumped Up Platypus. You saw Dave talking about like the walking beach scene and all that sort of thing. I'm looking to put together a full-on, video commercial, infomercial type style, bringing the caffeinated kangaroo and the plumped up platypus and the Lux lioness to life, like bringing them to life. I know that's the big challenge that we're working towards. So, Dave, how close away do you think the technology is for us to pull that off?
If not sooner, probably 6 months.
Yeah, I think it's probably 3 months.
Yeah,
I know the
probably.
tools out there in that space, like Syllabi is one,
Yeah,
InVideo is another. Like these are just other tools that you're just showing sort of like text to image video.
yeah,
But there's a whole nother depth to this whole video space, right?
correct. There is. Yeah. Well, actually, if my little Zoom thing you get out of the road, they actually did have Syllabi up there which is obviously really good for doing faceless videos and stuff like that, and being able to sort of automate your video production. But yeah, I mean, for that, I sort of started because I at the high end ones so that we could just basically go over these and sort of wrap it up. I guess as opposed to keep going on because it's time is sort of getting away because I like to ramble on as I do. But there's another one here. I'll just do this one lastly, and which is Victory, and it's pretty good as well. Text to video, and basically what it can actually do is create a it's probably pretty good for video images, as in for like your business probably, more on your business side of things. You're sort of doing a video about your business and that sort of thing.
So
So
like an explainer type sort of video, is that what you're talking about?
yeah, more of a sort of well, yeah, but more of a video, for if you type it in, I think I did one in here. I think it was okay.
So
Okay.
do you remember back like about 5, 6 years ago, we had those whiteboard explainer type videos?
Yeah, yeah,
Is that what
yeah.
Pictoria's are sort of a little bit about? Like
A little bit, but
going down that
there's other
space?
ones like Doodle, and a few of those are sort of probably better for that
Yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah.
But yeah, I'll just here's a quick start. That's probably, yeah, okay. No, we don't really
Well,
want to go
whilst you're
there.
bringing that up, here's another challenge for you that I can see coming up, especially the live commerce space. As you know, we're all Shoply representatives, right? So, yeah, a lot of the vendors and the affiliates, they're looking for, unboxing type videos, that real live commerce product type sort of videos. Do you see AI helping out in that space, or is there an AI tool that people could start to explore in that live commerce sort of, e-commerce space? Do you know?
Yeah, plenty of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest. Well, I think I mentioned earlier in the piece, like, products for one. Obviously, whether it be images or videos and that sort of stuff as well. So, have all those. So you basically got your images, your videos, customer service, with generative AI on their sites, but also then into the follow up where you can use videos for email, for nurturing, for you
Well,
imagine
what about taking?
imagine getting if you didn't buy something, and you get the email after you didn't fail to complete your cart, and you open up this email from an abandoned cart email, and all of a sudden when you open up the email, somebody pops up and says, "Hey, you forgot to buy this."
Yeah, no, I totally get that. But what about say like you see the unboxing videos, like I'm going to unbox this product and I'm going to do a product review on this type of video. Can you, instead of us humans doing it, can you see an AI coming into like an AI tool video in that space to sort of like, like a customer avatar, like a type video where the avatar is actually doing the unboxing? Like, I don't know if we got the technology there yet for that conversation, or is it already there? Do you know of anything?
Not that I'm aware of, not quite for that amount of detail, I wouldn't
Yeah,
think.
yeah. This
Not
this
just
this
yet.
is where I can see it heading, though, right?
It will head that way. And the thing is, I guess the other thing there too will be is when, I guess Elon Musk finishes building his robots as well. Yeah, they'll be able to do unboxings and things as well. So, yeah, I don't quite think it's there yet. But again, I don't think it's going to take too
No,
much
I
time.
think it's only 6 months off,
Yeah,
12 months off max. Like
at the most, for
there's
sure. So,
definitely something to be watching for sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
There's the I guess the thing is the uses. There's just so many uses now for AI, and just at the rapid pace that they're growing, it's like you sneeze today and tomorrow the whole world's
Yeah,
changed,
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
thing. So
So anyway, I don't want to sidetrack you too much. I just thought that was a relevant conversation to
yeah, no, that's all right. It's not going to
future
let
of this
me.
piece.
It's not going to let me do what I want it to do, actually, because
Yeah, no, I was trying to give you space in the background too.
yeah, no, I don't know, but
Are you,
I
are you
can see what
picking
you
up?
were
Are
trying.
you picking up what I'm putting down?
I was picking up what you were putting down for sure, and certain. So, but it wasn't wanting to play the game, to be honest.
That's cool, man.
That's okay. But here's what I was talking about. So,
Bringing this, like I know we could talk about this with a mouthful of marbles underwater, but we
for
probably should be
sure.
bringing this to a close now.
Yeah, no, that's all right. And that's what I was trying to get at is, I just did an AI, the future of business video. And basically that's all I sort of typed in there, I think, from memory.
Yeah.
And it just produced a whole, video about AI in business. So,
Yeah.
that's the sort of thing that it can do. And there's a couple more where you can do all sorts of funny things, but people can just, my best recommendation for people is just get out there, search
Have a
for
play.
the products and play with them, because there's so much that can be done, and I've only
Yeah.
got so much time, and you've only got so much time that I can show you for right now. So pretty much for me, that's it, I guess, for this round one.
Here's one question for you. So,
Yep.
if you're new to AI, you don't know where to start, and you know nothing on AI, what would be your recommendation, and where would you start?
I'd start with, and the video space,
In AI in general.
I'd start with ChatGPT.
Yeah, that would be my answer too. Yeah, so
And that's where I would
it's
start.
learning to master the basics like anything. And I think everybody needs to start with ChatGPT because, like, once you understand ChatGPT and you start to understand the mechanics of AI and how it can do research for you and how it can do writing for you and it just the power of it, right? Then you
Yeah,
go then I would recommend then you go into images.
yeah, for
And
sure.
then I recommend that you go into video. And if you
I
can
get,
master those three areas, you could, yeah, way you go. Where else would you go?
I get audio before video. So
Audio. There you go. So audio.
I
Yep.
do get, yeah,
Go
the
for it.
LLM. So your text, your images, your audio, your video, and then once you've mastered all those, you can go into like production
Yeah.
agents and so on.
Yeah. So you can start
Yeah,
getting the custom GPTs and the real advanced stuff. But it's like learning how to ride a horse. You've got to learn how to walk before you can learn how to trot. You've got to learn how to trot before you can learn how to canter. You got to learn how to canter before you can learn how to gallop.
yeah,
And then once you learn how to do all that, then you got to do crazy things like go over jumps.
yeah. And that's, I guess, at the end of the day, not everybody needs to learn all that stuff.
No,
You know, if you're in business, have you really got time to be going to learn how to create custom
then
GPTs?
that's when you partner with people like us.
Correct, and
Yeah,
and that sort of stuff. So, the whole idea is, I guess, being a business owner is really all you need is those first three, probably three elements that you suggested. Audio is probably a good one because it helps when you're producing, some of
yeah,
your avatars and stuff like that. But even if they take those first four, that is enough to, pretty much do everything that you need to do in your business.
correct.
Once you get outside of that realm, if you want to spend that much time in it, you might want to change what business you're in, or you probably want to partner with somebody that can actually implement all this stuff for you and that
Correct.
sort of stuff. So,
So,
yeah.
Dave, do you have anything else you want to wrap up before we move on?
No, mate. I think I've taken up
You
enough
done?
people's time. I hope everybody got some value out of it and
Oh,
some
I know I
information
did.
out of it. And so,
Yeah, look, I've really enjoyed geeking out with you. I'm sure
that's
people
all
have
right.
enjoyed watching us geek out together. I know the comments have gone off. It's been yeah, this has definitely been something that's been missing for our community. So,
Yep.
absolutely lovely spending this time with you, and I've
No
picked
worries.
up a few things along the way too, and
That's all.
it's
We'll
definitely
learn more
just
as we
taken
go.
my whole excitement to another level, and that's hard to do these days. So, well done. Um,
There you go.
so let's talk about the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy before we wrap up.
Yep.
So we've got a few people in here asking about where to start, how do we get started, how do we really embrace this? Well, that's the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy. See,
Once a plug.
we created, this whole community for two reasons. To teach you attraction marketing, i.e., social selling, and how to embrace and leverage AI as a tool to help you to serve your social selling journey. So, the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy is our entry point into this whole conversation. We've designed, so myself, Jade Winsley, and Dave Miller, we've designed an 8-week curriculum that goes right down to the basics, but it's really designed to teach you how to do the preparation, like to do the market research, to do the niche research, to do the mission research, to do the brand kit stuff and whatnot. So it's about building that foundation and doing the preparation to set you up for success. To teach you how to leverage AI and attraction marketing for presentation. So we got preparation, and then we go into presentation to teach you AI tools like this, the video and the imagery and the copy space and the audio space to help you to present yourself in a bigger, better, more powerful way. Because all of this at the end of the day comes down to, learning how to be an attraction marketer. And the goal of that is to learn how to influence people and win friends. See, I've done 16 years in the social selling and the strategy and the traction marketing space. That's my jam. I've learned how to leverage AI in that space very quickly. So that's how I was able to build my reputation as an AI expert. But really, what I am is I'm that social selling expert. And then I've partnered with people like Dave to step into that AI wizardry consultant space, so we've got that happening. And then I've partnered with people like Jade, who have got the brand expertise space and the system space and the procedure space. So we've got that powerhouse team here. And that is the LLD Academy. It's all about presentation, it's all about preparation, and it's all about helping you to master your communication and leveraging AI to help achieve those three goals. So if you'd like to learn how the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy works and see how it's a good fit for you, I'll drop a link in the comments below. You can come join us for just 49 US dollars a month. We give away probably around, I reckon, about $3,000 worth a month in value from the masterclasses that we do on a weekly basis. We get guest speakers to come in. We do exclusive masterclasses just for our inner circle. We give you all the tools and the prompts and the systems and the templates and all that thing help you need to get up and running. Just ask any of our students and what they've gotten out of their, being part of the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy or our signature program, ChatGPT Unleashed. So we've got something for everybody. We meet you where you're at, but the entry point into this pipeline is the Academy. And you can get in there for just 49 US dollars a month. No lock-in contracts. You can cancel any time. You just need to give us a 30-day cancellation notice. So essentially, worst case scenario, you pay today, you get in, you realize it's not for you, you'll pay your second month. Cool. We've given you at least 6 to 8 weeks worth of foundational, awesome content to help you to get up and run. And if you get what you need from there, that's all you need. Great. 2 months. So for $100, you can get access to probably $6,000 worth of training and you're up and running. But we know that our Academy students from our known numbers and whatnot, people love what we have to offer here in this space. And I started this whole presentation that truly believe that education is going to come down to $0. So what are you paying for when you come to a part of the Academy? Yes, we're educating. Yes, we're empowering you. Yes, we're equipping you. But what we're really giving you is that community, the accountability. We're giving you a space to be able to thrive and support you and help you along the way. That's what you're paying for. And we give you expertise, we give you wisdom, we help you to grab a coach and a mentor to help you to speed up your learning curve. Yes, you can go out there and go and do what Dave's just shown you and go and figure it out for yourself. But if you could do that, you probably would have already done it, right? So what's stopping you? My guess is you don't have connection to community. You don't have that safe space where you feel seen, where you feel heard, where you feel known, essentially where you feel loved for you to go and then thrive. That's what we're offering at the Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy. Dave, do you have anything you want to add to that before we close?
No, not really. I mean, obviously, you can see the results. You got me and you've got Jade. They're two perfectly good results that have come out of what you started many, many moons ago.
The other thing we didn't really mention here on this call, for those who don't know, Dave was one of my first students in this whole pipeline 18 months ago. And look where he is today.
Correct. And, Jade's the same. So, it's proven to work. And, and the biggest thing is if they know anybody that's actually doing it, have a chat to them, because the people that are actually doing it at the moment and taking, the lead and actually implementing what they need to, they're growing in leaps and bounds. And it's just crazy to see how much they're growing each week. And it's amazing. We've got our hot seat
coming up
tomorrow, is it? Yeah, tomorrow, I think. Yeah. So put the pressure on whoever volunteered, and but it's just going to be amazing to see the growth and how they gotten that growth by doing the work and being in the community, because they're always talking in our groups. They're always talking to each other, they're always helping each other, they're always asking us, we're always helping them. So it's just that whole lovely scenario for people, and it's just easy to learn with others that are doing the same thing with you. So yeah.
Absolute pleasure to be the guide on this journey, mate, and it's such a pleasure to have you step up and be a guide on this journey too. So it's gone to that next level now where we're locking arms and we're doing this together. It's brilliant.
That's the thing that I love.
It's 222. It's so we better
122 here in the past.
You're in the past, I'm in the future. Well,
squirrel.
This has been an absolute game changer, I reckon, for our community. And I'm excited for our next one. So we need to know, what do you want to do for our next one? We can go deeper into the video space. We can pivot and adjust. We can go down the content, the audio, the systems space. How can we serve you best?
Correct.
So let us know. We'll be putting up more polls. We'll be doing keeping our finger on the pulse, because this is about serving you. So for those of you who had answered the last poll say video was the space you wanted to go into, awesome. Thank you. Let us know in the comments what you got from this. What did you like best from this? What was the light bulb moment that took off for you? And what are you going to do with that? Because knowledge is great, but if it's knowledge that just sits on the bookshelf, it turns to ice. We love to embrace ignorance on fire here. So
Exactly.
pick up the knowledge, great, but go run with it too. And
Yeah.
then share with us in the group what you're doing. So, like, if you go create an AI video off the back of this masterclass because we help support you and get you up and running, or if you're already in that space and you want to share with, what you're doing in that space, we want this community to be your community, not just ours. So, share it with us so we can celebrate your wins and we can do the pain and the struggle together. That's what community is all about.
Definitely.
So,
Yep.
thank you. Let's call this a wrap. That is the
Yep.
first official Teach Me AI with Dave. We'll put this up on YouTube as well. So if you're watching the replay, make sure that you engage on the comments below. And we look forward to seeing you on the next Teach Me AI with Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Stay caffeinated, stay legendary. We'll see you on the next one.